Yeah. So yeah, the last time you were in Uganda, I mean last summer, and those kids still remember you vividly. Whenever we saved the Magdalene daughters, they, I mean, they're like, oh, how are they? So do you still have some of the letters you got the last time?
Yeah, I still do, and that's the school that's like right across from Father Francis's house, and that's the one that you just went back to.
That's right,
Okay.
the one in Katulikire. Katulikire, you know, it's very close to Karuma, and Karuma is near just the national park.
And near the Nile, yeah.
Yeah, and the River Nile, and that school actually has about 1,600 students.
Yeah, the one that I went to right by, I guess, Katulikire,
Yeah.
they had about that number too, and like 20 teachers, I think.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's about it. And did you notice that? You know that distance is just about 147 miles, but takes about 3 hours. Right?
Yeah, I was...
How did you find the road?
Well, the road was very bumpy. The thing is that it's essentially one lane, it's paved, so, and then the bus is huge, so whenever people would come up on the bus, somebody would always have to go off the road to get by.
Yeah, sometimes I've also used the road I've used the buses to go, but the one scary thing is that when the buses are overtaking each other, one thing I noticed, the driver, the side mirror, when they overtake each other, the driver had to always adjust the side mirror. That's how close they go past each other. But you don't realize it unless you actually see it happen.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty dangerous road, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous. And one thing, when you stop too, the people always run up with like the chicken on the stick and
yeah, that's happening. Now, the kids, the pupils, I think one thing that is really, really interesting when they get these nets, the ones we've been giving out, is we do the demonstrations of how they will spread the nets in their huts or in their houses, because some of them don't actually have beds.
Mm-hmm.
But when they take these nets, they run so fast home as if they've gotten some kind of treasure. It's very amazing, and the next thing you know, some of the parents are coming and saying thank you, and the actual people who are doing this are actually still students. They are studying, and that is amazing how people perceive that they can't be students.
Oh,
how
yeah.
they get all this money. So can you talk about how you have been, how easy it has been for you to get the money?
Oh, well, the money we actually have to raise in really small quantities. It's hard to get people just to donate to us, so instead we raise the money by selling things. And so then we essentially get beads from Uganda, and then we get volunteers to make jewelry, and then we sell the jewelry. So we make our money in quantities of like $10. So.
And that's what it costs actually to get a net to a child in Uganda.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know the need is still too big, particularly in where we started, Katulikire and Trianova district. Just in the Katulikire Catholic parish area alone, we have estimates of about 35,000 pupils going to primary school, and we've only been able to, in the past almost 3 years, we've been able to distribute to about just over a third of those. So how do you think we're going to manage doing a lot more now?
I guess that's the hardest part, is just, you know, when we know that there's this need and people are asking when are we going to distribute the next nets, and we just don't have the money yet. That's always the hardest part. And so, but that's, you know, I wake up every morning thinking about new ideas and how to raise more money and something to do about that, so that we can kind of progress toward that goal.
Yeah, but you remember when we went at St. Benedetta in school in Hoima?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those kids, I mean, I was with them a few weeks ago, some of the ones who got the nets, and it's amazing, none of them has contracted malaria since last summer.
Oh wow, that's really weird.
That is something that is very rare in that part of the country.
Yeah,
and spend a whole year without malaria as a kid. That's how important the nets are.
That was what the head teacher at Blessed Mother Teresa told me too when I went there. She said that the kids were not getting sick anymore and not missing school anymore because it's a boarding school, you know, so they're sleeping under the nets there.
Yeah, and it's a good sight actually to see how all their beds when you go there.
Yeah.
Have mosquito nets.
Yeah, at the other school, what's the other school? It has a really different name. Stella Matutina.
Stella Matutina. Yeah.
The head teacher there made the girls, because it's an all-girls school. She made the girls give me a tour of all the different dorm rooms and show me all the nets.
Yeah. So Stella Matutina is also part of Catholic parish.
Yes.
It's also right by the road, and there's serious mosquitoes there actually. So how have you managed to do this going to school as well?
Well, I guess when I go to school from right now I go to school from 7 a.m. to, it's medical school, so it's sometimes 7 p.m. So then I go home and I read for an hour or two, and then after that I send emails and try to think of things to do to get our name out there, or call you.
Yeah.
So my schedule this year is less flexible than it was last year, but last year we had a lot of away rotation, so a lot of times I would leave a half hour early so that I could talk to you at 9:30 your time.
Yeah.
So I would get there a half hour early and then try to find some atrium or some place that had service, and then I would call you from there.
The time difference hasn't made it easy, but I think this Skyping and maybe Google Chats have somehow helped also.
Yeah, the Google Chats have helped, although actually my computer is broken now. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the importance of having clear communication lines. But I think, and how, I'm sure sometimes I talk to Mom, and I think Mom has been also trying to help bridge that gap also.
Yeah, she's available.
Yeah.
She's pretty flexible, so she's available all the time.
Okay.